Whew. Hello, how are you? It's not wine. It's cranberry juice with ginger juice. And the ginger juice was made by Minion. Nope, that'll spill. It's made by Minion 1. It's very strong, so you have to, what's the word? Water it down, break it, whatever it's called. Mix it up with something else, so adds very holiday-ish flavor to everything. So, how is everyone doing? It's been a while, huh? It's been 2 months since I did a regular video. The last one was a an impromptu Whiplandia video. And if you see me staring off, I have no blinds on my window because we had windows replaced and all our blinds were old and gross, so they're all off. So it's weird not having any blinds in the house right now. And you may see a difference in lighting at some point because I will have to stop to go run errands with Father Minion and Minion 2. So anyway, all this to say hi again. It's been a while. Hope you guys are doing well. Wow. Yeah. Life. I need to move something. Hang on. And clear my throat. Life has been lifing, busy. Work. I've been off for a few days, and it's like a use up my rest of my time vacation. It's not really a vacation because I've been doing nothing but catching up and work and stuff with family and all that stuff, and it's just taken over. I have constant headache right now. Well, it's been a while. So this is not a complaining video. This is a hi, it's been a while, and I just didn't want the year to end without coming by and saying hi, happy new year. You see my face? Somebody, you know who you are. Oh, you're gonna hear voices. Mentioned that they would like to see my face, so yeah, there it is. I'm wearing my machine knit headband because it's, you know, it's a hair day. It's in 2 braids. I don't know, I'm all over the place, and hopefully the noise is not too loud. I'm recording. Oops. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna have to stop this now and then come back later. But I'm going to try my best. I'm looking around because I don't know. I didn't keep a list of what I'm doing because I was prepping for my last 3 craft fairs. I only did I do 4? 4 this year. Yep. 2 were great, 2 were good. And there's stuff just all over the place. And yes, he's still here. Sorry, dog people, but yeah, Stinky is still here. Oh, speaking of, that's number 2, Minion 2. Angie, loving every stitch. You mentioned you use some smelly, nice smelling thing, shampoo or something. Let me know what that is, because it stinks. Anyway, you'll see him pacing back and forth. So I'm gonna move that because Father Minion doesn't want to be on television, so to speak. There you go, that's better. You can see more of my mess. This is actually, it's not looking clean in the video, but it is. I had to move stuff for them to get to the window, so it afforded an opportunity to do a little maintenance. It's still a mess, but okay. So as I was saying, I did not keep a list of what I was doing because part of it was trying to keep up with the first 2 craft fairs were great. The first one, like I said, had blown me away. It was great. The first one in December, which I was looking forward to because I thought it would be great, it was pretty much the same as the year before, which was good, which was very good. But I guess I was a little spoiled by the first one, so I was expecting, you know, people to be out and shopping. People were great, but they weren't as spendy at that one. But anyway, I'll get into the craft fair. I have a headache. I always have a headache now. As far as videos ongoing, I'm going to try, because I need it, to put out a video hopefully once a month for the next 6 months or so, because that's how bad work's going to be. I shouldn't say bad, how busy work's going to be for the next 6-7 months. But I think I will need that distraction. Even though there'll be plenty of yarn around, I'll need to do that. I'm working on 2 patterns. I have them scribbled, written down, so we shall see. One of them, I think I'll show both of them, but the patterns are kind of half written. So on that note, before we have to run real quick, let's see what I can get through. I'll go through the craft fair first. Like I said, my first one was awesome. It was always good in the past. This time people were, I guess, were just out, and it totally blew me away. The second one was also good. It was better than good, not quite great, but better than good. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting greedy now, because, you know, when things work out. People were great. The first one, I sold out of my 2-button cowls, all but one of my fringe triangle cowl, and I didn't sell out of Victrina beanies because I was making those, you know, throughout time, but I did run low, so I rushed to make a bunch. And at my second craft fair, I didn't sell as many, but the 2-button cowls and the amigurumis, the octos, of course, and the fringe triangle cowls, those were a big hit there with my first 2 craft fairs. The one in the beginning of December that I wanted, I thought would be, I was hoping for spectacular, being greedy, but it was very good. I didn't sell very many hats, which was surprising, because that one in the past I had. But the 2-button cowls went, the toys went, the octos and other toys that I had. People were great. So it was great. And my neighbor's walking to her mailbox, and I hope she doesn't see me talking, sitting here talking on my camera like a crazy person. Anyway, so that was a craft fair. The last one I did was, I was only going to do 3, and then the last one, it's a local brewery slash roasting pub, and they had one the year before the pandemic, and of course we didn't have it in the pandemic, and then I wasn't sure if they were going to have it again, and they called, and they did. So, and it turned out great. The place was very festive. I posted a clip of it on, or I think I did it in my stories on Instagram, so those are gone, and I'm not sure if I saved the video, and if I do, I will end up posting it either here or maybe at the end. But it was very festive. Actually, they had a lot of trees in the place, and they still have it up because Father Minion and I went out on a date, and we went back there, and the trees were still there, and that was on Monday. So that was nice. Met another vendor that I need to actually remember that I need to follow up with, but she did soaps and what's that burning thing, whatever you call it, the cleaning the place kind of burning things, whatever they're called, sage there. So yeah, that was a craft fair, 4 of them this year, and I think I would have liked one more because I had one at the beginning of October, and then the next one was until right after Thanksgiving, so it would have been nice to have one in between there. But I think 4 or 5. I was looking for a good number and good fairs to do, and I think this may be it for a while, unless something comes up, you know, in a good location moving forward, providing all the variants out there doesn't keep us from doing that kind of stuff. So, alright, so that was craft fair. Like I said, I've been working, busy. It's going to be still busy for another 6-7 months. And by the time I'm done, I basically have time to work on a project in between, like if I'm on a long call, or if I need that like 15-minute to touch yarn or whatever to work on it. Otherwise it's at night, and I've been suffering from serious insomnia, so yeah, I tend to work on things then, so then I can't do a video because in the morning it's back to work and stuff. So that is life, and that will be for a while, along with dealing with family and stuff. My parents are doing okay, those of you who've asked, but we are trying to get things in order where they're concerned, so that's another thing that's taking time. Cranberry juice and ginger. Oh. Anyway, by the way, he ruined one of my newer kitchen towels straining out the ginger because we didn't have cheesecloth or anything. So, but he's in the kitchen and he's cooking. I'm going to show you two things in zero kind of order because I'm going to have to refer to my phone, my photo albums to see what I made or what I can show you. But the first one would be this shawl, which was the Skyline Shawl by I Knit You Not, and I can't remember her first name. But I had shown you that I was working on the last cake, and I did finish it. I think I'm going to have to put in a picture, obviously, because it'll be too big. But it's nice and big. The yarn is surprisingly heavy, or maybe it's the yarn with the combination of stitches, because there are front posts, back posts, double, trebles, all stuff in there. But it's surprisingly heavy, so it'll have great drape. But I am definitely not a fan of the yarn, at least not these colors. And also, it's a thick and thin, but there are places that are so thin you are like, if you're too aggressive with it, it'll break. And I did not like. I don't mind thick and thin, but this was a little too extreme. But there it is. I used 3 colors. I know the first one was agate, and I don't remember what the other 2 were. I will have to put that in. And then I think I used up all of it, and I used the rest to make tassels. So yeah, it's there. I should have brought it to the craft fair, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it or not. And that's Father Minion with his phone always going off. But one thing at the craft fair, I struggle selling the shawls. Like when I do outside craft fairs, I have a tent that you can hang them up so people can see it. But inside, it's hard to display the shawls. But what I found is I had a half mannequin, and I put it on the table, and I had the shawls wrapped bandana style, and I ended up selling 3 shawls that way. For some reason, people were drawn to it. So FYI, I don't know if it'll work for anybody, but having them wrapped bandana style, all cozy and big here, just seemed to have drawn people. So I just put one on. I left all the others under the table, and when one sold, I put it. So I'm pretty sure I sold 3 of them that way. So is it 3 in total or 4? One I sold at one craft fair, and I sold 3 at my last craft fair, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so I will be using that technique from now on, putting shawls on there. It also, once people show interest in it, it also gives you the opportunity to show them the different ways, because they really do think that shawls are just the traditional way over the shoulder, which I still love and I wear, but you know, I show them the different ways that they can do it. So alright, 2 more things, and then I do have to shut off, and this will probably shut off on me anyway. The Calendar Cowl, which is now, well, it's done, I guess, as of today. But I will put in a picture as well. I did for November, I did Angie's Love in Every Stitch with Ruby Baby. I did her, oh shoot, Grandana cowl, and of course I used latte because I had partial skeins there that I'd used for other things, and they were flopping over. So the colors, more or less, they weren't as vibrant as in the picture, but they still went. So for the triangle part, I use, I think, I don't remember the color names, but I will have a picture of the color inspiration. And I think I went extra long on the cowl because this is very drapey, so it will sit well. But the granny part here, I try to mirror the way the picture was by, you know, putting the colors where they belong. Yeah, I don't like color changing. Oh goodness, it's too much work. And then my tension always gets messed up when I have to, you know, carry colors or change colors. I inevitably end up pulling too tight and just distorting a little. So I will put in a picture of this, but this is the cowl part and this is the triangle part of it. But it's just latte squishy. So, and then speaking of the Calendar Cowl, December's, I repeated the one I did for October, just in the colors. So, oh, let me fix her. So, the hat I added last minute because I had a lot. But these were the colors for December, and they were pretty spot on, I gotta say. So these, oh, all the ends are still there from the color changing. They're inside the hat as well. Because I finished it just to take a picture, and I totally forgot about doing the ends. These are Craft Smart from Michaels, and I just love how soft it is now. Such a difference. But I ended up buying 4 colors. 1, 2, 3 colors, and don't ask me what they are, but it was like a purple, a plummy color, and then the hot pink color. And my phone's going off. So I made that. I will put on a picture as well so it can be shown better, but that was that. So I am writing this up. It never, sometimes when I first got this camera it stopped at 24 minutes, then 17, then 16, now it's just whatever. Anyway, so I'm writing that pattern up, and actually, one second, I did tested it out again. So I used 2 strands of worsted held double for the Calendar Cowl one, because when I originally did this it was in a number 5 bulky yarn that I had scraps of. So I'm not a fan of holding yarns double because you drop loops all the time, and sometimes you don't notice it till you're far up ahead, and it's just a lazy in me. I don't want to have to deal with it. So I bought some Michaels Waterford Big, a bunch of these. I think they were on sale for $5 and sometimes $3 when I had gone back, so I have a few of those. And I also bought, I know 2, this one and a red one of Camden Wool Roving. So it's just a number 5 roving, and it's bordering on 5/6, because this Waterford is a 5, but it's more of a heavy 4 kind of 5. And then this is like a light 6 kind of 5. So there's definitely difference in the number 5. So I was testing it out again, the pattern, and I made this one. So this is the Waterford, no, this is the Camden Roving, which is, you can tell it's bulkier, and then the Waterford, which pulls in a little because it's definitely on the thinner side. For this pattern, I would definitely recommend, I gotta remember to write that in, a variegated yarn, because the you know, especially in crochet where the change is not as even as in knitting, it shows the, and again, I don't know the name of this, but I'm calling it something in the pattern, but it shows the patterning, I think, better than in solid. But solid works too, it's just more subtle. And then I'm also throwing in the hat in the pattern as well, so I did that. Alright, so that was the Calendar Cowl for November and December, and pattern in the works. When is it going to get done? I don't know. I'll get a burst of inspiration and who knows. So on that note, I'm going to pause so we can go, and I'm sure the lighting will be different because we're already, what time is it anyway? It's 2 something. I need my glasses. I think it's almost 3 o'clock. So by the time we get back, it will be dark. So I will see you in a little bit. Hey, I'm back. It's been a couple hours. It's definitely dark. That was him calling. Stinky. Okay. I don't know where I left off. And So I'm just gonna barrel through. And I've got my phone because I need to look to see what I did, because I don't remember what I did. A lot of things are gone or were for craft fairs or what have you. So, oh, and remind me, I have a couple of purchases. Yeah, one's been sitting there for like a month since I got it. I'd ordered when Line Brand was having their sale, and it took forever for them to ship. Everyone was posting that they had received theirs, and still nothing on mine. There was no no update, no tracking, nothing, until all of a sudden, boom, I got the email, and then it was there a few days later. So anyway, what else I did for the craft fair? I also did my York hats for some reason, and if you're hearing clinking, like he's making dinner for Stinky. As I was saying, my York hats were very popular for some reason, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, I think I had 6 Dobrilla hats, and all but one sold. So yeah, surprise, surprise. You never know what's gonna sell at a craft fair. Things that you think will, they don't, and things that you think won't, all of a sudden they do. So who knows. What else? I will have to put in a picture. I did, Gary of Urban Yarn, hey Gary, was doing a cal for his bush tracker beanie, and I said I wasn't going to do any more cals or things like that, and of course, you know, last minute I did one. I actually did 2. I did the crochet version. I didn't have time to do the knit version and learn a new stitch. So I'll have to put in a picture. I did the first one, and I'm going to try it again, and because of the way the stitches are, and let me see, I'm looking at it, that middle section with the herringbone, I'm going to try that with a different hook size, because I'm not fond of the way it bows out a little, so just personal preference. And I also ended up doing a mini one because I had the yarn. I'm pretty sure this was Dollar Tree yarn that I used to do it. So yeah. The other thing I finished was, and again, I don't have it, but for my niece who had her baby, baby came 2 weeks early, perfectly healthy, everything was fine. Guess she was just ready. And so I made her a Lovey. My own, well, the Lovey head and stuff is my own pattern, and I used the first few rounds of a blanket. It's one of the, I think it was a 12-point blanket, and it was a YouTube tutorial. I will hopefully put the link below to that one. With the point, the 8-point, 5-point, what have you, blankets, a lot of them start very kind of lacy in the middle, and then, you know, they get more solid as they go out. But this, there are a couple of them that I liked, that one of them starts with a solid, you know, the regular increase in the middle, and then it starts the pattern. But I like something to have more of a solid center before you go, because that's where you're going to attach the head, and you want something a little more substantial. Along with that, I did 2 hats. I did a Divine hat, and actually I did 3 hats. I did a Divine hat, I did a regular double crochet hat that I added just a little bit of interest to, and then I knitted a little York hat for her. So oh, and I made a baby sweater, and all of those I used Nitpicks yarn. They're Brava yarn and the Brava Speckle in worsted. So yeah, so hopefully I would have put pictures up because those have been long gone. I also did a what do you call it, a wholesale order. It was a little wholesale order for a local store that of my octos. So she ordered how many of them? 6 octos. Was it 8? I have a picture of just 6 of them right now, but anyway, those were delivered, so yay. Alright, I told you I'll be a little disjointed. What else am I working on? What else am I working on? Oh, I did a couple of Christmas octos, and they have both, one was sold at the craft fair, and that's the one that was in the holiday card that I sent out, and then the other one was purchased by another yarny. You know who you are, thank you. What else? Yeah, I just ended up making a lot of 2-button cowls, fringe triangle cowls, and how many did I end up bringing back home? I forget, because like I said, they sell at one craft fair, so when you sell out you make more, and then they don't sell so much at the next one, so what are you gonna do? And what else do I have in here? I had oh, I put them away. 1 second. If you hear anything falling, it's all the stuff I had to move for the window guys, and you know, they're not quite back where they need to be. I'm not sure if I showed this one. The hat is packed away in inventory, but I had gotten a cake of yarn for my birthday from my yarn group, somebody in the yarn group, so I had ended up making, it's very much blown out because the light is on behind, guys. But I just made a pumpkin. It's not gonna focus. There you go. And this was a sprinkle cake. So non-traditional. It's grays and browns and lilac-y colors. But there's that. But what I was looking for, I had some Alpaca Blend yarn that I got from AC Moore. It's when Premier was selling the yarns in the packs, and I forgot that this was there. I'm looking at 2 packs of Willow Burrow yarn that I've had for a while. I just frogged a project that was using, I have it in gray and I have it in this, I think this is called mustard, or I forget what it's called, but it's a very mustardy yellow color. And I was making the My Boy Lollipop knitted top, and I started it so long ago I have no idea where I left off, so I had to frog it. So anyway, out of that alpaca yarn I made headbands on machine, and they look small, but definitely this one will be for a child, but it stretches pretty well. And speaking of the machine, I bought I couldn't get my cordless drill to work with the attachment because it just, for some reason, just wouldn't spin, wouldn't have enough power. So I ended up buying a plugged-in drill, which is very powerful, which if you get one of those, get one that has an adjustable speed, because the machine can't deal with high speed like that. It's plastic, and it ended up getting so hot that it stuck, the handle stuck to it, so I had to pry it loose, and then I tried opening it, and because things were sticking, and some of the screws aren't coming out, and some came out, and it's just a mess. And then basically I ended up breaking my 40 pin, so I had to buy another one. Yep. Anyway, this was done on the 48 because it's the wider one, and so I have a couple of these. I did a hat. I held the yarn double, and then of course the hat's doubled. It's just so blown out. Yeah, it's all blown out. It's a much warmer chartreusey color than it's showing up here. So I have 2 hats in this, I think, or maybe one in this, and a headband. I do still have some more of it because I had started something, a shawl, and I had ripped it out. So I still have that much left. And this is not the most, oh, what does Crystal call it? Scarfable? You could feel the prickly of it from the alpaca. So I'm sure it'll be warm, but it has to be somebody who can tolerate that prickliness. So I don't know. I was just trying to use up the yarn. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. And then I had some, this is Nitpicks yarn, and I forget, I have some more there somewhere in a bag. I had ordered a pack, I think, of 10, and It's Alpaca Donegal tweed, which is the little nips, and I forget what the other, I think merino is the rest of it. So I was trying to use that up as well. So I have 3 hats and a couple, wow, I don't know what that was, a couple of headbands. So there's that. See, nothing exciting has been going on around here, just busy and trying to stay afloat. And one night I wanted to make a stocking. I've made 2 other big ones and a couple little ones before, and we didn't do much decorating this year at all. There's more stuff on the outside because I went to the Dollar Tree than on inside. No, we didn't put up a tree or anything like that. But I was watching someone's video. Crochet, spelled C-R-O-W-C-H-E-T, Crochet Creations. I was watching somebody else who made a pattern from a stocking from Crochet Creations patterns, and then I went and like, oh, that looks nice and textured, and I went and because I was using thicker yarn, I changed the dimensions, and then I wasn't paying attention, so I went a little long here on the foot. And for the heel, I think I used somebody else's heel pattern. I can't remember, or maybe I made a bunch of little ones too, so maybe that's where it's from. But yeah, and this is yarn that I've had in stash for a while. This is some Shetland Chunky, I believe. So finally put to good use, and it's the perfect color. Now her toe does not start in the round, it starts with a chain and then you do the round part, so I kind of like that better. It sits better, but I went a little long on it. And it's just for decoration. It's quite heavy. There's that. I also made some, I wasn't going to do any handmade presents for anybody, and then we did a lot of gift cards because, you know, it's just the way things were. So I wanted to put something extra in there, so I made a bunch of Santa hats from Dollar Tree yarn. So these are 2 left. I think I ended up doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that went in gifts, and then there were these 2 left. So, and these are all Dollar Tree yarns. Funny thing is, tension really does matter with the circular machine, whether you hold it or whether you use the what do you call it there, the little guide on there. Because I made a few hats, same number or approximate number of rows, and the differences were very stark. This one, not much tension, it's a little floppier. When you spread it apart, it's spread, look at that, you can really see that. And then this one, the tension was a little better. You can still see when, more so on camera, but you can definitely see through this more right off than you can through that. So yeah, that's that. And this is probably gonna cut off on me again, but whoops, timber. I was also in the mood, once I made the stocking, to make little ornaments. I eventually want a tree that's going to have just handmade ornaments on them, but I don't want them too big, but I was just experimenting. So I followed a pattern or a tutorial, I can't remember, to make a little mitten. Right, and this is Joanne Big Twist yarn that I bought. Yeah, I bought some of that too. I went for a couple, I went for black, and then I ended up, they had the sale, I ended up buying quite a bit. Excuse me. So there's that, and then I made, once I made this from the pattern, I just made my own off the cuff. I'm like, oh, I can do that. So I just made, and these were leftovers from yarns I used to make 2-button cowls. I did combine 3 strands of worsted to make the 3-button cowls because I like the sparkly in them. So this one I just winged, and then, excuse me again, then I had a little bit of the Shetland Chunky from this. So this I just made myself and just added the is it embroidery or whatever on it for the star because it was looking a little plain. But so this is a pretty big one, but that can just hang anywhere. And then I followed somebody's pattern for this. Because even in crochet, the heel just, my brain just doesn't want to click on the heel thing. So this, and then I think it was Crochet Lovers patterns tutorial that I followed. There were two different ones that I followed, but I can't remember which was which. This one is single crochet, and then I just the top of it I did myself. I just wanted a little interest on it. And then this was somebody else's pattern because it's in double crochet, but I just made a couple of stockings. So I think this one was somebody's heel that I didn't like the way it went in, so I used somebody else's heel there. So those are things that are just hanging. I made a black one of these too, and I put it in a gift card gift as well. What else? Oh my gosh. A creaky chair, sorry. Alright, more rhyme or reason. What am I working on? So it's over there. Camera. Okay. My battery's probably gonna run out too. So I'll have to stop and do that. I have a bag of yarn that I dyed. Actually, hang on one second. So this is just some of them. There's still half the bag left of yarns I've dyed over the years, and they've just been sitting here. It is Nitpicks Wool of the Andes Bulky. I had bought like two 10-packs at one point when they were having a sale on the Bare Yarns. This was like years ago. So I dye it on and off. You know, I've made a few videos, or showed a few videos of me dyeing, but these are some of them. So you get some mustards or golden colors, and then this one I added some browns to it, and then you go into the greens with some of the yellows, and then the pinks in there, and then I have the others are more pink than anything. So I'm going right now with the gold into the greens and then into the pinks. So basically I've decided to cast on a me project, and I bought one second, Petite Knit. Her patterns are very popular right now, and they are these three sisters: Callie, Mr. Bobbin, Copy Callie, Mr. Bobbin, and Crochet with K, Callie, and I think her name Khadijah. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But they're twins, and then Mr. Bobbin is the younger sister. They're big crocheters, and then, I mean, they took to knitting like fish out to water, and it's just incredible to watch them. And I got inspired to make the sweater because I've always wanted to use the yarn to do something for me. So this is the Novice Sweater. It's supposed to be pretty simple. Her patterns look very simple, but it's just another picture of it hanging there. So I started that, and I just did the fold over brim for the neck, and I have started on the increase for the yoke area, and I inadvertently have a little bit of I wouldn't say design, more what's the word, decoration, because of the way I folded, where I guess I picked up when I folded the brim or folded the neckband. It kind of made it very, I don't know if it's gonna show up, like right here, very loose, and every other stitch is kind of like a little lacy. Doesn't show so much. Battery's flashing, so I will be right back. This should get us through the rest, I hope. Well, other than it cutting off on me. So as I was saying, sweater, cast it on. I was gonna wait for like New Year's, like January, to cast it on, but one night I'm like, why wait? So this is when I also posted, did I post about my Nitpicks, my Nitpicks Winder. I miss my Royal winder. I gave it to my cousin, and I'm like, oh, she asked if I had an extra one. I'm like, oh, I was thinking of getting a bigger one, but I wasn't sure I really wanted a bigger one, so I figured I'll just give her mine and then get a Nitpicks one. I don't know what it is about it, if it's defective, if there's a slight defect in the shape, but it's just, I'm winding the yarn, and at one point I can feel where it's not really like winding, and then whew, it flies off. And it took me 3 tries before I got it to a state where I can use the cake to work from. But yeah, it's been a complete nightmare, so I need to find another winder, because that's not gonna work, because I'm gonna take a hammer to it at any moment now. But anyway, this is the cake of my hand dye that I am using, and it's so blown out, but yeah, it's golden right up, and I'm using Chagoos, of course. So that's there. And this is my, well, I was gonna say my no rush sweater, my Mindfulness Shawl. I will post a picture of the last update I did. I hadn't touched it in a while because I had to rip back like what, 3 or 4 rows, and don't worry, you're not on camera at all. Number 1. What was I saying? I finally picked it up and I put a few rows on it, which is like 2 maybe, because it takes a lot of concentration and it's skinny yarns. Oh, my big hands just have a hard time with the skinny yarn. So
can you pause the video for a second?
Why?
What is this?
It's Dad's painting. Here, give me. Let me show.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool. She's a local artist from the place we went on Monday. She has a...
What place?
Look at that. I don't remember her name. Oh, it's she's on Instagram. Artist Andrade. So the place where I had my last craft fair, they also showcase local artists, and they have it on the wall, and you can just purchase right there and take it and go. So the minion liked this one, so it's gonna go in his office. Yeah, and this is the artist. She is on Instagram. I don't know how well that's gonna show up, but yeah. Anyway. Oh, and I'm having a hot flash. Wow. It's like Inferno from Inside Out. Oh goodness, I'm gonna pause, I'll be back. So, on top of everything else going on, the hot flashes are back, and this time, oh my god, it's brutal. It's just absolutely brutal. I have to go get ice water, which is unheard of for me in the wintertime, drinking ice water, but oh my god, it's so bad. Okay, yeah, I had to take the headband off. I was just boiling. Where were we? I have no idea. I was talking about the sweater. I think I'm done about the sweater. Next. I know there are things I'm forgetting, and hopefully I'll write it down so that I can include it next time, but the hat. So I just decided to do this on a whim. It's nothing that you haven't seen before from other people. It's just my take on, I did the I think it's called a broken rib, but it's latte'd. So can you see the latte? Oh yeah, it's totally latte'd. So I had a partial skein of Stitch Studio, you know, the old AC Moore yarn, and I mentioned that I had a lot of latte yarns that, you know, partial I'd used from, and once you start using from those, they start to collapse. So I just put those together one night, and I decided I wanted to knit, so I decided to make a hat. And I wanted the fold-up brim, and I saw on, I don't remember what video, maybe, I think it was an Instagram clip, I don't know. Normally you just knit the brim long enough that you can fold it, but this one had you do some slip stitches where I guess it makes it easier for it to fold over. But what I didn't want was 2 layers of ribbing, because you're gonna knit ribbing, do slip stitches, keep doing ribbing so that you have enough to fold up. But I didn't want the bulk of all that, so instead I did some plain stockinette ribbing, the slip stitch stockinette, so it wouldn't be as thick against your head. Still warm, but not as bulky, I should say. And then I went into the mistake rib, which I don't know if you can see it because of this lighting, but it's latte'd. It's just, and it fits very nice too. I don't know if it's because of the yarn, but I tried it again. There's definitely the yarn definitely plays into it, because when I first did that, it was just like, oh, I wonder, and I just did it. And then I tried redoing it, and I used some leftover yarn from the from this to pair with some latte, and I did another one. I think I was getting lazy and I didn't do it as tall, because you could see the difference. It's definitely shorter. And I also tried doing one less of the slip stitch that it called for, and I think it needs, there were 3 rows of that slip stitch to get it to bend, and it definitely needs the 3. But ends aren't woven in. This one is all woven in. I think this one's going to be mine. Maybe. It's not quite my color, but it feels lovely. But the yarn, the AC Moore yarn, along with the latte, is definitely softer, squishier than the Michaels yarn, along with the latte. And you can see the design better on lighter yarns than the darker yarns, but you can definitely feel it. So yeah, that one is the other one that I am writing up one day. It's written up, quickly jotted down, written up, but it's not, you know, formatted kind of written up. So there's that. And I just saw something else I did. One night I had extra yarn after doing the, what did I show that I did with that? After I did the pumpkin and another hat. No, I think it's the same yarn, but it was some of my stash. I just did another headband. Headbands, oh, were also very popular. Oh, by the way, I totally didn't wish you guys Merry Christmas. But Happy New Year too. But headbands were a big thing. So the machine knit hats, they were okay. Even I made sure I had some in bright colors that, you know, would draw them in, and they were okay. They weren't as popular. Actually my crochet hats were more popular. But headbands, both crochet. I think I sold as many crochet as I did the machine knit ones, were popular. And yeah, I don't know if you can see on camera because it's so blown out, but nope, it's not showing up. Let's see. Will it show up better here? Maybe. But yeah, I may do a tutorial on this one. I don't know. You know, I have plans. I have hopes. So I did these 3 out of leftover of a sprinkle cake that I've had for a while. It was gifted to me. And then I bought the KC, I think it's 100% wool. The label's over there. And I bought it for somebody who was looking for something in a particular color. It turned out not to be exactly what they were looking for, so it went into stash. Or it went into inventory. I made a hat and it went into inventory. Yeah. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. She wanted a Victrina hat in a particular color, and this was the closest I could find, so I made this one in the KC. It's a little extra bulky. It's roving, and it's 100% wool, and it wasn't quite the color she wanted, so it will be in inventory. And this was what was left, so I just made the headband again. So there's that. And look, Google is talking to me, you know, the way Siri like pops up when you didn't say anything to her. Alright. Yeah. I don't know what else I'm doing. I know there's plenty left, but it's just all scattered or I'll put away after the craft fair. So let's see, what else am I working on? Hang on. So that's the sweater. This was the yarn. Trying to use stash, going through stash. I purposely stayed away from any other sales this past week that were going on in the past couple of weeks because I don't need more yarn. Well, I want yarn. I don't need yarn, and I need to use up the yarn I have. So, yeah. I made dents and then I filled them back up. Just, no. Nope. I'm partially back on the band because if there's yarn that I just fall in love with and there's a good sale, I will buy some. But the $1.99 for at Joann's for their yarn, yeah, I almost did. Actually, I have a $10 voucher, so if I go there, I may end up doing that. I don't want to go to Fabric because I don't want to buy that either because I was supposed to do bags for Christmas, but work just, I don't know why I thought I would be able to do it because the same thing happened last year. That I get to around this time and it didn't happen. I'm hoping to do the bags over time. I have like 3 of them cut, but I never got around to sewing them, that I can do a Christmas in July listing, but who knows? Who knows? All right, back to the program. Where are we? What else do I have? So those were the hats. Oh, I'll also have to put in a picture. I did a snowman that's hanging outside that I'm going to need to get down. It's hanging on the hoop, the basketball hoop. But there was a frame at the Dollar Tree when I was looking for something to put outside to make the house look semi-festive. And I saw a snowman shape ring, so I bought that and then I crocheted around it. And he's hanging out, so I'll put a picture of that. What else? What else? What else? Been making bread. A lot of bread. 3 days in a row. Oh, Minion 2 is now officially a driver, licensed up, and he's doing pretty damn good, I must say. Yep. That's it. Told you I became an auntie again. So that's 2 in 1 year. I think that's it. Oh, I finally finished my, I had, when I was doing my Whiplandia, I found all the buntings, triangles of the buntings that I found. If you hear Minion 1, he just ordered, he's into knives, cooking knives, and he just ordered something that came, so. Yeah, I frogged a project, I'll put out a picture, and I finished a bunting, which was in pieces, and I finally stitched them together, and it's actually been hanging on my deck for a little color. So, there's that. Alright, like I said, I'm forgetting something. As soon as I shut off, I know I'll find it, but I needed to come say hello, and, yeah, say I'm still around. I miss you guys. I've been watching, but this is the first time since I started watching Vlogmases that I haven't kept up or watched as many as I usually do. Even though there are a lot more people, I always, you know, at least watch the majority of them. I couldn't. There was just no time. No mental space, no physical, just wasn't happening. So, there is something I got myself that it was a present from me to me. I haven't even opened it yet, so hang on one second. Alright. One, I bought my 40 pin again. I had a Jam It, and I think this time I got a Centro, but they're basically the same machine, just different names slapped on it. But somebody had posted on Instagram, not Instagram, on Facebook, that this was on sale on Amazon, because you know it costs an arm and a leg and it's hard to come by. So I think it was like less than half of what you normally pay for it. So I got this for myself. The professional king size, the king size. So the 46 pin I got. Haven't opened it since it came. It's been here for almost 2 weeks, and I haven't had a chance to open it yet. So that's life. The other thing I said that came, actually, I did do. I'm looking around because I know I'm forgetting something, but like I said, I'll have to wait. I did do purchases, and I have put them away already. Okay. So, Essence of Autumn. She is a Canadian dyer. and her colors when she posts on Instagram, they're so saturated and just I just love it. I love it. And I'm pretty sure Debbie had sent me something, and I have yet to go look because I just don't even want to tackle the mountains that are up there. But I finally placed an order because I watched it and I'm like, will I use it? Will I have time? No. And then she had this collection, the vintage collection that she put out, and I just snagged 3. And this is on her sport DK. It's definitely more sport than DK. It's thin. But these 2 colors, they're so very similar, but one is brown tones and one is more green tones, like khaki swampy green, if that's the word. But Wagon Brigade is the more green tones, and Headlights Out is the brown tones. And her labels have her husband's, because I think it was like his idea, and he dyed them up and everything. But now I think you can see the difference better actually on camera than you can in real life. So more brown tones, more green undertones, and this is Wagon Brigade and Headlights Out, and they are 100% superwash merino. And then, so the one that I just loved was called Flare Side, and when you see the color on what she posted, it's bright, you could see all the different colors in it, and I completely understand that hand dyed, there's going to be changes in colors and in the batches, which is why you buy stuff all together and dye lots and all that. But when this one came, I have to say I was like bummed a bit, because it looked nothing like at all like what was on the picture. And again, knowing that things could be different, and different batches and different yarn take colors differently, it just wasn't there for me. So this one, and the colors are still gorgeous, mind you. So this is what came, and look, it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. But there were more lighter color shades in here that had posted, and this one looked like it all basically all muddled together. So I contemplated messaging her, and I even asked a buddy for advice, and then I just sent a nice message saying, hey, I know that colors could be changed, yarns take colors differently and all that, but it's really different than what was posted. So she sent me a new skein, and you can see right there, it's like 2 different colorways. So look at that. I mean, yeah, this caught me. All the different shades. This one is just missing it all. They're cousins, or a big sister, little sister, but this is what I wanted. So I appreciated that she replied quickly, and she sent me a replacement. So Essence of Autumn, I will have her link below. And check out her other colors. I mean, not that I'm trying to enable, but if you're able to, why not? Okay. I think I'm on, this is at 16 now, which makes no sense because it cut off before 16 last time. I'm going to open a box, my lime brine box, because it's been sitting there for weeks, and I'm going to open it now. So I'll be right back. Okay. The box. Like I said, it's been sitting here for weeks. So what did I get? Sorry, I'm going to be bending. I got more Anya yarn. Didn't need it. Nope. This is, what the heck's that? Writing is so tiny. Down to Earth. It's very earthy. Blues. It's like the sky and the earth and the ground color. Browns. There. And it's basically it. A little brighter. So I got 2 of those, and then 1 anime color, cooler looking on screen, but very bright colors. This, along with the 2 other sets of purchases that I've done before, I think I'm looking at them right now. It's going to be some kind of me project. I want one of them to be a shawl because I want to see all those colors like here. It has to happen at some point. So 3 of those, and these are no longer showing up. So I'm guessing they finally like sold out of them because they are discontinued. And then the other things I bought are just some Woolies Thick and Quick because they were cheap. They were a deal, I should say. I normally get my Thick and Quick for the most part at Walmart because it's much cheaper than Joann's or Michael's, but only certain colors are there at Walmart. So I have to make do sometime and go to Joann's and Michael's when I need to. But there was a bonus bundle of your basic fisherman, and this basic color is good for hats and whatnot at craft fairs. And then I bought 4 of each of these, Allure and Dusk. So this is the Dusk and this is the Allure, and this color is very popular at craft fairs. So come on, focus in. There you go. Yeah, I like this one. It's like a turquoisey, tealy, slate bluey color, and then this is definitely like a sky blue kind of color. Yeah. So for each of those. So that was my order that's been sitting there for a while. Like I said, I think that's it for now that I can remember that I bought. Oh, I just saw, where's my notes? Hold on. I said I bought a whole bunch of Big Twists. Yeah, it's over there. You don't need to know that. Rose of Rose Cottage sent me some Happy Mail. I'm sorry, it's like put up there already. Some Eversource. I was gonna say Eversource, which is our gas company here. That's not what it is. Eversoft yarn. It's basically the premier version of like Karen Simply Soft, that type of yarn. She sent me 4 skeins of those, so thank you very much. I did email her thank you, but it's been a while that I've had it, and I haven't been able to make a video, so thank you, Rose, so very much. And what else I had put down way back when? Rose from Rose Likes Crochet had made a bunch, her Octo Army, which made my heart sing, and they did well at her craft fair, so yes, that was awesome. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so back to the craft fair. What sold? 2 button cowls. They've never let me down. Where some craft fairs I sell more than others, and you know, some I practically run out. They're still my top sellers, and my headbands. I was surprised that my crochet headbands did better than the machine knit ones, so that's a good feeling for us crocheters, right? But the machine knit ones did well as well, and I think it's all about the colors, and a lot of I get it on both sides. A lot of people like the fact that I have a lot of color because I like color. I have a lot of color in my stuff. I can't just do like your basic everything like this, or just like the neutrals. I can't. There has to be pops of color in there. So, but then on the one hand, people would ask for like black, where some fairs nobody ever asked for black. So, what are you gonna do? I'm just looking around to see if there are 2 skeins of mandala, which I'm trying to use out of my stash, but I'd never seen the colors before locally. And our big box store here, no, our discount store here has a whole bunch of yarn right now. It's so hard to stay away. And they have a lot of mandala right now. And these, I just bought 2 because I think I'm going to use it to do Kalisha's new, her new wrap, her Just Feel, it's not festive. Crap. I have it. I just can't remember the name, but I plan on starting that, and I might use the mandala for it. Who knows? Ooh, I may even use some of these Anya yarns and do that instead. Oh yeah, I may. All right. On that note, I'm gonna go. Because I have to get ready for going back to work after my few days off that were not off at all. Adulting sucks. All right. I think that's it. I'm prolonging. I have so many clips to put together, so I'm looking, trying to make sure I didn't forget anything, but I'm trying just to force myself to not fall into the ho-hums, because I was very bah humbug this season, very, and the whole hum of just work and everything, just like feeling like it's sitting all here right now. So I need to do this, and I need to do that patterns just to keep me motivated. So stay tuned. Maybe not too soon, but stay tuned. All right, I will talk to you guys later. I need to go find somewhere to put this stuff. When it was in boxes, I could use the boxes to stack things on, but now I've opened the boxes, I gotta find somewhere to put them. I did a semi restacking of like 4 cubicles. Not all of them. I need to get going on the Whiplandia, like frogging. I have ideas of what I want it to look like, but you know, the space, but it's just finding time. And when I have a few minutes, something always comes up, and then it's just barrels, and adulting sucks. On that happy note, have a safe and happy new year. Hopefully I can get this edited in time to post before the end of the night, and I will talk to you guys in the comments somewhere on Instagram. I'm always still posting on Instagram, but I'm definitely not as active as I was. Hopefully that'll change. All right, happy new year. Thanks guys. Bye. Ooh, like and subscribe. Let me know you're still around. I'd appreciate it. All right, bye guys.